Hello everyone. Today we are diving into some Siebel eScript, the basic eScript method, and specifically a function called getRecordCount. This function is all about counting the number of records in a Siebel business component based on certain criteria. Whether you are a Siebel developer or just curious about Siebel eScript, stick around and let's break it down together in simple terms. Alright, let's jump into the code and explain it step by step. So here's what getRecordCount function looks like. The purpose of this function is straightforward. It helps us find out how many records meet certain criteria in a business component without actually having to load every single record into memory. This is useful in Siebel when you are working with large datasets and just need a quick count. Let's go through it line by line. Okay, we start with this line, the function start. Okay, so this is the function declaration. The function takes two parameters, O inputs and O outputs. These are like little containers that hold information coming into the function, which is O inputs, and information that is going out of the function, that is O outputs. Moving forward, now we have the try catch finally structure. Okay, so let's write it down, try. Okay, so now we have a try block. So try block is there to catch any errors. So if anything goes wrong, like if there's an issue with accessing a business component, the code inside the catch block will handle it. Think of it as a safety net. Okay, but yeah, as of now we'll start with the try. So inside try we are going to put some values from the O inputs and we will store them into variables. Okay, so these are the 4 or 5 variables. Let's see what each line is doing. So the SBO name, this variable holds the name of the business object we want to work with. SBC name is the name of the business component inside that business object. As search expression variable, so it's a search expression. This is basically the criteria we are using to filter records. This is the counter variable. It is set to 0 for now. This will eventually hold our count of records. str view mode is for setting the view mode, like whether you want to see only the user's records or all records. Okay, next we create instances of the business object and business component. Okay, so this is how we do it. The OBO, it is a business object we want to work with. We are using the application dot get business object to get it based on the name provided in the SBO name. Okay, whereas the OBC, it is a business component within that business object. We are calling get bus comp to load it. In simple terms, we are telling Siebel, hey, I want to work with this specific data structure, like specific this business object and the component. Okay, now let's come to the with block. Okay, so I'll write it down. So we have, so yeah, now here's where we actually start working with the business component. Okay, so the with statement, it allows us to directly access the methods and properties of the object BC, which makes the code cleaner and easier to read. Okay. Now, inside this with block, we check if the view mode was specified in the input arguments. So what it says is that if string view mode, str view mode variable is not empty, we convert it to a number and use the set view mode to apply it. The view mode actually controls what records we can see based on user permissions. For example, sales rep view will only shows records assigned to the current user. Okay. Moving forward, we will prepare the business component for a new query. Okay, so these have few standard steps which I'm going to paste it here. So cleared query, sets search expression, and the execute query. Cleared query, so it wipes any previous search criteria, so we are starting fresh. Next is set search expression, so it sets out our search criteria which was passed in through the inputs. Okay, and then the final part, which is the execute query. It runs the query and loads all records that match the criteria. Okay, and within this the forward backward means we are allowing both forward and backward scrolling through the records if needed. Okay, now the part we have all been waiting for is this. So count records, this function it counts the records that matched the search expression. It returns the total number of matching records and stores it in this particular variable. Okay, now we have got the result, but once we have a count, we set it as an output property always. Okay, so I'll put a statement here. So outputs dot set property this. So this line saves the count in O outputs so that it can be accessed outside the function. Okay, so we are done with the try block. Now we are going to add a catch block. Why? Because if something goes wrong, we go to the catch block. The catch block rethrows the error, so if any issues happen, they are passed up the chain for further handling and logging. Now the final step is the cleaning up step, which we are going to do in the finally block. Okay, so here it's setting OBC and OBO to null, which is important because it releases these objects from memory, preventing potential memory leaks, which is a good practice in Siebel scripting. Okay, so that's all about it. We have just walked through a basic Siebel script function that retrieves the count of records matching a specified search expression. This kind of function is super useful when you need to work with Siebel data without actually loading it all into memory, especially in large data sets. So I hope this breakdown was useful and made Siebel script a little less intimidating. Okay. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'd love to help you out. And moving forward, we'll see some interview questions based on this particular eScript code. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.